Hey guys, welcome back to the final part of the water temple. So as soon as you float back up to the surface, you want to go on top of that floating platform, and you want to go through that door that is the west door, and this will lead you back to that room with the waterfall. So you want to kill the keys with your newfound Longshot, and now you want to head forward, and there is that Skulltula off to the right side that we could not reach before, but now that we have the Longshot, we can easily reach it. So kill it and collect token number 74. So with that, the next thing on our objectives is to make the water level go down to the lowest point, and so you want to use Pharaoh's Wind to return to that room where we met Rudo. And if you don't know how to get there, you can just, if you don't have a warp point there, you can just sink down to the lowest point, go through the corridor that has the 2 torches in it, and then float up to the top, and then play Zelda's Lullaby for the Triforce symbol. This will bring the water down to the lowest point, enter the center pillar, and then just go up to the next level and play the Zelda's Lullaby for the next Triforce symbol. This will raise the water to the 2nd level, and at this point you can get on top of this platform here, and in the middle of this center pillar there is a gold Skulltula that is hiding up high that we did not snag before, but now that we have the Longshot, you can collect token number 75. So now head off to the right, and if you remember from earlier, I passed by this doorway and I told you that before that we could not do this earlier because we did not have the dungeon item. Now that we have the Longshot, you can shoot the golden eye switch and then just Longshot to the target before the door closes, and it should snapshot right after you make it through. So now you just want to head through this corridor, and then you'll come to a stone block that you need to pull out because there's nothing else for us to do in this room. Then that should block you off from this exit, and we're going to have to go the other way. So head this direction and you'll come to a dead end, so hookshot up or longshot up rather, onto the target. So bring you back up to the 3rd level. And then from there you can circle around and you can come back through that corridor and push the stone block again. So once you come at this block from this other angle, once again, then you'll be able to push it all the way to the back. It'll click into place, and then you can head over into this small room that has been revealed and open the small chest to get another small key. So you should have 2 small keys at this point. If you do not have 2, then you will have to go in search of 1 because we're going to need 2 to complete the final stretch of the dungeon. So return to the main room, and then you want to sink down to the bottom. So finally, we're going to head off to the right where there's those all those spikes are at, so you can just kill them if you desire, or you can just run past them. In any case, you want to head through that little opening behind them, that corridor that we have yet to be in, and now that we have a Longshot, we can tackle this area. Climb up onto the platform and then just turn around, and you can use the Longshot on the target across the way to get across the spikes that are in the way. Now, so you head through the locked door. This should leave you with 1 small key remaining. If you do not have 1 small key, you will not be able to complete this next section. Now, in this room, the goal is to get to the other side. The enemies don't really matter, so I think it's better to just avoid them. Now, unfortunately, it's really hard to climb up on the other side and have those farthest blue Tektites because they will jump on you and make you fall back in the water and then fall into the vortex. So kill the farthest ones with the bow, and then you can just hit B repeatedly while in the water to swim quickly. You can work your way to the other side, and that way you can climb up and just skip this room really quickly. This next room has several stingers, and if you go down there, they are pretty deadly in the water. So I suggest you just shoot them down with your fairy bow before heading down there. It'll save you a lot of hassle. In this room, the object is to get a block on top of the switch that is in the water, so you want to head up on top of this platform right above the switch, you'll see that there is a doorway that is very suspicious looking. So lay a bomb in front of it, and then this will blow up the cracked wall, and then pull the block as far as you can. You'll see that there's got to be some way to get behind it. So get on top of the other platform and lay a bomb near the other door, the other wall, even though it doesn't look very suspicious. And this will reveal that it is actually a U shape that you can get around. And I'm just fast forwarding through this puzzle because it takes a little while. You're constantly going back and forth. So you're going to have to use, push and pull the block until you can get it on top of the switch. And this will make the water level in this room rise a little ways, so that way you can get into the next door. In this next room, the door closes behind you, and there is a switch that opens both the doors. And there are some blue Tektites on the other side. I suggest you kill them before you do anything else. Kill both the blue Tektites, and then you can Longshot back up to the previous platform. Then you want to step on the switch, and you can jump along the water spouts to get to the other side. So this will bring us to another part of the room we were previously in with all the rolling boulders and blue Tektites, and so now we're in one of those little cubbies that the rolling boulder came from. And so here there is a gold Skulltula that is hiding in the waterfall, so shoot it down and collect token number 76. So now you want to hop into the water where this rolling boulder is, and you'll see that there is actually a hole down here, so you want to equip the iron boots and then fall down it, and there is a shell blade just around the corner, so kill it, and then you want to float up to the surface where you will find a locked door. So you should have one small key at this point. If you do not have one small key, then you're going to have to refer to the earlier parts of this walkthrough to find it. So in this lonely room, there is just simply 2 chests that each contain red fairies, so I suggest you put them in a bottle if you do not have some in there already. And then you want to open the large, colorful chest to get the boss key. So at this point, our only objective is to get back to the main room, so I'm just going to dive right here rather than tackle the shell blade again. So I stayed pretty high so that way it didn't hit me. And at this point, this is a cool little trick. You can just swing up and then just jump straight to the next, back to the platform. Here I use B and swim backwards actually against the current, so that way I don't go too far and fall into the vortex. Head back through the door, and then just long shot across, and then you can sink down, and the spikes will probably give you some trouble. But anyways, you'll be back in the main room. So the water should be at the second level at this point, so you want to head to the floating block over here and go through this door, and this will lead us back to that room with the water spout that you can make go up and down with the Tektite in it. So go kill the Tektite again, and then you can use the water spout to get up to the top level and raise the water to the 3rd floor. So at long last, now that you have the boss key and the Longshot, you are finally eligible to tackle a boss. So head over to this side at long last, and you can Longshot to the statue that is now risen because the water is at the 3rd floor. So head over here, and there are some jars over here that have red fairies in them, so collect them if you need them. And then with that, you are ready to tackle the boss. So head on through the door, and then just avoid the spike traps that are in the way, and then just work your way up to the very top and enter the boss door. So that is it for this video. Join me for the next one, and I will show you how to tackle the boss of the Water Temple.